Why small decisions exhaust you. Ever get to the end of the day and you're just completely exhausted, but you have no idea why? And chances are, you tell yourself you're just being lazy or you've lost your motivation. But what if it's not a personal feeling at all? What if it's just mechanics? Something to do with how your brain is wired. It all comes down to something called mental load. Okay, so to get this, just imagine your ability to make decisions is like a fuel tank, an energy reservoir. We can call it decision energy. And the key thing to know is that it's a limited supply of mental fuel. You use it for every single choice you make, no matter how big or small. So when you wake up in the morning, that tank is completely full. You feel fresh, clear-headed, ready to go. But with every single choice you make throughout the day, you use up a little bit of that fuel. Think of it like a tiny withdrawal from your mental bank account. But here's the part that most people completely miss. It's not the big, dramatic choices that drain you the most. It's all the tiny, simple ones that just pile up. I like to think of them as daily paper cuts. You know, one doesn't seem like a big deal, but 100 of them? That's a different story. They add up fast. Let's just walk through a typical morning. It starts the second your feet hit the floor. What should I wear? Okay, one decision. Then you're in the kitchen, coffee or tea. That's another little dip in the tank. You get to your desk, you see that wall of emails. Which one do I open first? Yep, that's a choice. And for every single one of them, do I reply now or do I deal with it later? Another decision made. Now, none of these feel like a big deal, right? But each one is draining that supply. Seriously, by the time you even think about lunch, you've probably made hundreds of these little decisions. So, what happens when that energy tank starts getting low? Well, this is where it gets really interesting. Turns out, your brain has a kind of fail-safe built right in. You've probably felt this. It's that afternoon feeling. Suddenly, a simple choice, like what's for dinner, feels impossible. It's just totally overwhelming. Now, this isn't you being indecisive. This is your brain going into conservation mode. It knows the fuel is low, and it's trying to save what's left for something that might actually be important. And this really shows the two different ways your brain operates. When your energy is high, it's thoughtful. It considers all the options. But when that energy is low, the strategy completely changes. It starts avoiding choices altogether, or it just grabs the easiest possible shortcut to save fuel. So, what's the big takeaway here? What should you remember from all this? The most important thing is that this feeling of being totally drained by decisions, it's completely normal. It's not a flaw in your character, it's just how the hardware works. So the next time you feel that way, just remember, it has nothing to do with your ability or your motivation. It's just the predictable outcome of a high mental load. Because in the end, your daily energy isn't defined by the size of your problems, but by the number of your choices.